What's cracking, y'all? You are now watching Boo TV. Appreciate you for stopping in. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, stay notified, and let's get into the topic for today. Now that the table has been set for us fans, we can prepare for a full course meal of Dallas Mavericks versus the Boston Celtics for the NBA Finals. A championship at stake. So I expect to hear about a lot of certain storylines and narratives as we approach and eventually dive into this series. You know, Luka making it to the finals, the foreign player being the best player in the series. Will the foreign player reign supreme yet again in the NBA Finals? If Luka pulls this off, will he be the best player in the NBA? Did Luka really deserve MVP over Nikola Jokic in hindsight? Kyrie Irving returned to the finals. Kyrie having success without LeBron. Kyrie being a leader. Overarching Kyrie redemption. Joe Mazzulla and the Celtics. Will Jason Tatum fall short again? If Tatum wins, did he deserve MVP where he got little consideration, though having the best record in the league, which blows my mind, by the way. You can expect to hear these as running topics of conversation as we lead up to the finals and through the finals. But one that I wonder if they're going to bring up, which I find fascinating, is the Kyrie versus Boston saga. But this time, we're going to get it in the finals. Let's not forget, Kyrie played for the Celtics for what, 2 years? After forcing his way away from LeBron and Cleveland as he wanted to expand his game as a leader and play in his role to his full potential. Ultimately, Kyrie was injured during the playoff run initially, and they fell in 7 games to the Cavs, just short of the NBA Finals. Then the following year, they were outmatched against the Milwaukee Bucks and Giannis Antetokounmpo, and were sent home early with Kyrie playing. Kyrie publicly stated that he would return to Boston if they would have him at some point during his tenure with the Boston Celtics, then ultimately left for Brooklyn. Kyrie called out many Boston fans for being racist, which isn't something new per se. Expressed some discourse for trying to lead young players and it be rather challenging. Kyrie Irving was basically channeling his inner Cartman.
How do I reach these kids? 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 How do I reach these kids?
In one of his return games to Boston, he goes out of his way to purposely stomp on the Boston Celtics logo mid-court. I don't know if the leprechaun's name was Lucky. I think so. Don't quote me on that. Most of Boston was like good riddance to Kyrie Irving when he left, and Kyrie thought the same about them, to be honest. Whenever Kyrie returns to the arena, returns to the Garden, it's booming. It's loud. And he feels and hears all of the booing.
In Boston, this was pregame. Kyrie Irving came out to warm up. The fans booing him. It's his first game back here at the TD Garden since he left the Celtics. First game with fans. He played one earlier when there were no fans in the building. This is when he was introduced to the crowd.
Kyrie Irving, that was trying to be a leader and mentor to the young cats and Tatum and Brown when he was there. And now they are all grown up, have had deep playoff runs and experienced loss in the process, and now have returned to the finals yet again with a beefed up backcourt in Holiday and White, and a beefed up front court with Kristaps Porzingis and old Al Horford still trucking along, old reliable. Tatum and Brown are like, look at us now, Kyrie. And Kyrie has grown older and more mature and has more wisdom. Kyrie out there like, I have evolved too, young grasshopper. And both of these groups ready to pull up on each other like,
So tell me, how do I look?
But anyway, I'm really looking forward to that narrative more than any of the others. I know that Kyrie was painted out to be some kind of criminal, though doing nothing criminal. From how he left LeBron and how he left Boston, then refusing to take the jab, then getting ridiculed for it because the New York vaccine mandate would not allow him to play home games, and he stood on his beliefs and he stood on business. And then the saga with him posting a link to a movie which caused outrage over social media and media conduits. People were saying he's better off out the league. And based on the talk, I was like, man, are people really going to get this guy blackballed out the NBA for this? I'm glad there was a lot of people standing behind Kyrie Irving and started making a movement for him, because I thought the NBA did him no justice. It made him step away from the game and go through, I don't even know, counseling or consultation. I don't know what it was. I was like, man, this is crazy, man. Because I'm the type of guy, I'm just like, why do you even care? Just let people do what they want to do. Let people live the life they want to live off the court. But criticize their basketball game or anything pertaining to the game, whatever. But why do you care, man? I get it. It's the NBA. They have an image. But it's like, sometimes people go too far with this stuff. Too far. So a lot of people are looking at this like it's Kyrie Irving's redemption from criminal activity, or not being the media darling and being outcasted unofficially from the media and popular circles or what have you. I don't know. Which, listen, I get it. It's a sexy story. But for me, I just never viewed him in such a poor vein as other people have. But that's just me. People were also saying, mostly LeBron people, is that, especially after the Brooklyn thing didn't work out, that LeBron was the only guy that Kyrie Irving could play with, and the only guy that could keep Kyrie Irving in check and stop him from self-destructing. That was a popular narrative, and they were pushing it hard back then, especially Nick Wright, which I thought that was just disrespectful to Kyrie Irving, to be honest. Like, they were manifesting LeBron James sonning Kyrie when really they just knew how much Kai would help LeBron in those critical game moments, let's be honest. And now seeing him thrive with Luka makes me so happy. I'm excited to see him square off against Boston and his old teammates. They got the last laugh against Kyrie in that first round series versus Boston when he was with the Brooklyn Nets. Either way, I'm excited to see him square off against Boston and his old teammates. Boston got the last laugh against Kyrie in the first round series when he was with Brooklyn a couple years ago. But, the finals is different, and this Mavs team seems to be much better than that Nets team that Kyrie was on before. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about it. I appreciate you guys for stepping in. I'm sure a lot of you guys will probably disagree with me on my opinions of Kyrie Irving and some of those things. I almost expect people to. I kind of, move against the grain on the unpopular side with Kyrie Irving a lot of the times. And it's crazy because there was a time where I didn't like Kyrie Irving. But he grew on me. And a lot of it had to do with people's perception of Kyrie. So it is what it is. Appreciate you guys for stepping in. Who do you think is going to win the finals? And what do you think about everything I just said? Be blessed, and I'll catch you on the next one. We out, baby.